Hello and welcome to the StockPilot studio. Today we are reviewing the updated user dashboard and all its features. Let's get into it. Let's first take a look at the three basic components of the StockPilot dashboard. First, we have the top header section that contains certain data and stats covering summary information about the portfolio. Next is the left side panel that focuses on all of the key portfolio measures and a detailed breakdown of its individual holdings. And the last component is the right side panel. There you will find a chronological list of the most recent alerts and their trading instructions. These three components comprise the entire dashboard. So you see how easy it will be to find your way around these elements and locate the information you need to properly follow our model portfolio. Now let's dive into our demo account to explore these components further and the system as a whole. So here is the user dashboard for StockPilot. When you first log in, this is the default screen you will see. The three dashboard component sections are clearly visible. Here's the header, the left side panel, and the right side panel. And here we have our navigation row of links on the left side and pop-up buttons on the right side. But before we go deeper into the dashboard, I want to remind you that our strategy overview here at the bottom is always available for you. Simply open the window here, and in 5 short paragraphs, it reminds you of everything you would need to know to implement and follow our portfolio in your own brokerage account. It's all summed up in these simple guidelines and steps. Of course, this information is also found elsewhere on our website, and in tutorial videos on our YouTube channel, and in our online documentation. Now let's start in the top header section. Here we have some summary information about the status of the portfolio, including position counts and alert statuses. Next, let's take a look at the left side panel. Here's the allocation of the live portfolio showing income, growth, and treasury portions. Remember, roughly half the portfolio is in income positions. That's 48%. That never changes. And the other half is in growth positions. That's 52%. These ratios never change. So we always have this balance. The income portion is comprised of 6 positions at 8% each. The growth portion is comprised of 13 positions at 4% each. That's a total of 19 positions comprising 100% of the portfolio. The Treasury ETF positions serve as placeholder positions when there isn't a viable replacement for a growth slot when it is closed, or during bear markets to reduce exposure. Let's take a closer look at these income positions. If we click here, it shows the current 6 slots of income ETFs and their payout frequency. Combined, they currently have an average yield of 15%. Next, we'll look at the growth positions. Remember, the growth portion of the portfolio is divided between actual growth slots and Treasury ETF slots. So for instance, if we're a stock from a growth slot, but the AI model hasn't found a growth position that has properly set up on that day, then as a placeholder, we buy a Treasury ETF. Now if we click here, we can see the actual growth positions that are open right now, and this is their current real-time performance. You can see the highest performing down to the lowest performing. These growth positions can occupy up to all 13 growth slots. Right now, however, 3 of the slots are being held in Treasury positions because recently the market has been overextended. However, when the market was down at the most recent lows several weeks ago, we had all 13 slots in actual growth positions, and then there was a huge market rally, and of course, we captured most of that with full exposure and have since trimmed several of those growth positions. Continuing through these overview sections, this button shows us the model's performance over the past 12 months as compared to the S&P 500. And this button shows us the market sectors that our positions currently occupy. And here is where the current symbols in the portfolio for each position group are found. Here are the income slots. Here are the current growth slots and their 10 positions. And then of course we have BIL, which is the short-term Treasury ETF that is yielding almost 4% right now in these 3 Treasury slots. Again, in the coming days and weeks, they will typically turn into true growth positions and be rendered in these slots here. And that covers the overview sections. Next, we'll select the position section to see the current portfolio positions. We can scroll through the columns to see the various pricing information and performance data scrolling through here. Or you can simply expand the window to view them without scrolling. You can also click the Chart button to view the price chart for any position. Next, we can view the dividend section. So here are the current 6 income ETFs and their dividend yields. And here's the combined average yield of the 6 ETFs. And here are their individual yields and the range of the yields from highest to lowest. And lastly, we can click here to find the growth trades section. Here you'll see the last 100 completed growth trades and their results. You can scroll and see the dollar performance, the percentage performance, and the converted annualized performance based on the number of days it was open and its price performance. You can also click the Expand button to view this in a larger window. Now let's turn our attention to the pop-up buttons here. First, we have the Position Sizing Calculator. This calculator shows you the exact position size to take by first entering your portfolio's total balance and whether it's a growth or income position. You also have an option for leverage here if you wanted to incorporate leverage, which is the user's option but not necessary. Then you put in the stock price here and it'll calculate and tell you exactly how many shares you need to purchase in your order. Next is the Trades pop-up, which gives summary information on those same last 100 completed trades that we saw earlier in the growth trades section. This is a report that displays each trade, and then at the top gives you some summary data such as the best performer, the average winner, average performance, average days held, and then the annualized performance. Then there is the alert pop-up that brings up the most recent 25 alerts that have been issued. And then the status pop-up. As you see, right now the market's closed while we're recording this. Next update will be tomorrow morning at the open. And lastly, there is an export data feature here that downloads a PDF version of the last 100 trades performance analytics report. Now to the right side panel and the recent alert section, containing the 10 most recent alerts. This first alert is the most recently received alert and is still marked as unread. This alert would have been executed by the user by closing out the BIL Treasury position and establishing a new SARO growth position. As you can see, there are 2 parts to every alert. Sell this one and replace it with the other. This is very easy to interpret here in the alert detail. These alerts come to you in 4 ways. You get the in-app alert that you see here. You also get a browser push notification, so even if you don't have this window open, you'll still get a pop-up notification on your PC when an alert is issued. You also get a text on your phone through SMS and an email. Just below this section, you see the How Alerts Work element that serves as a brief reminder of the mechanics of our alert system. Again, this system is very easy to follow. Once or twice a week, alerts come in at 7 p.m. Eastern. They tell you exactly what to sell and what to buy. These trades get executed at the open of the following market day at 9:30 Eastern Time. So, you put in a market on open order at any major broker. They all have market on open order types. Your order sits there as a dormant order until the next market open, and then the trades will fill at the open prices of the stocks. That's all you have to do. So, on the evening of the alert or the next morning, you can enter the trades through your broker's app or website, and it will execute at the market open. Now, in summary, looking at the dashboard as a whole, you can see how everything has a logical flow and how the most important information is easily accessible from the left and right panels and the details they provide. This concludes the dashboard demonstration. I hope this helped you see how easy it is to navigate and how focused and succinct the dashboard is for giving you the data and information you need to properly follow our model portfolio. Thank you for watching. Your portfolio. Powered by StockPilot.